Welcome. This is Bitcoin Day Trading, the best Elliott wave analysis, episode number 59. So it's the new year, and we can't start the new year by looking at something else than Bitcoin. So I'm going to take a quick look at Bitcoin, at its Elliott wave count, and before I do that, I'll take a look at Ichimoku, and that will be all. I have nothing else to show you today. So first, I'm going to start with my disclaimer as always, so that you are aware that there are risks involved in trading. The link for my disclaimer is in the description and my risk warning. So please read it so that you are aware that there are risks involved in trading. And if you are interested in my services, I'm offering live Elliott wave updates. You will receive 1 to 3 updates a day. Most of the time it's more than 3, but I'm only promising a minimum of 3, of 1 to 3, but most of the time it's more. They will keep you up to date with the latest development on the wave counts of Bitcoin. And if you're interested, just join my free Telegram group and let me know that you're interested. Then I'll give you the instruction on how to become a member. You can pay for 1 month or an entire year in advance as you wish. It will cost you 20 USD a month. So that's very cheap for the service that I'm providing. Normally it's much more than that. And if you're interested, just let me know. That being said, let's take a look at Bitcoin. So I'm starting with Ichimoku. So on Ichimoku, let me just take my tool. On Ichimoku, you see that the super trend is bearish right now. You see that Ichimoku is bearish too. And the directional movement is not that important, so we will not look at it. Since Ichimoku is bearish, you can see straight away that we are below the cloud. You can also see that we attempted a couple of times, like here, to break through the cloud, and here to break through the cloud, but there was never enough strength from the bulls. So we did always get rejected. Here we touched the cloud and did get rejected. Here we went up to the upper, we went into the cloud and touched the upper super trend and did get rejected from there. And right now we are still below the cloud. Not just are we below the cloud, but we are also below the super trend, those both lines. And that's a bearish position. So in order for me to take a long position, that's what I'm looking for, but I need the wave count of Elliott wave to corroborate my point of view. I need to break through the cloud and turn the super trend bullish and turn Ichimoku bullish. If that happens and the lagging span managed to go to get at least through the price, then I could think of taking a long position. But until that happens, I cannot. So right now, Ichimoku tells you, since you are below the cloud, it tells you that you should be only looking for a short position. But I'm trading Ichimoku in accordance with Elliott wave, and I need to have the same outlook on Elliott wave. So I need to be bullish on Elliott wave and Ichimoku to go long. And that's not the case right now. And if I want to take a short position, I need to be, I need Elliott wave to be bearish, and I need Ichimoku to be bearish. So now I have Ichimoku bearish, but I do not have Elliott wave bearish, as we will see as soon as I switch to my chart. So here we have the chart of in the wave count on Bitcoin, and we did have a wave B top here, and we might have had a wave C bottom here. I'm not going to talk about too much about the wave structure, but you can see that we had 5 waves in the C wave, which is normal. So wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, with 4 forming a triangle. That's a normal wave behavior for wave C. And then we might have started wave 1 up, and we might have had a wave 2 down here, with wave 2 subdividing into an A, B, C. All that is normal wave behavior. The C wave is an ending diagonal, and we are going to take a look at that right now. So right now, I'm still having it labeled as bearish, because I'm not sure that this is really the low of wave 2. If it's not, if we go lower, then I will have a different wave count. And in order to know that, you must be a member of my private channel, because I'm not going to take a look tomorrow at Bitcoin again. I'm making an exemption because it's the new year, and I don't know, and I do not want to start with an altcoin. But once I've done it today, I don't know when I will talk again about Bitcoin, maybe in a couple of weeks, but it may take some time. So you should be a member of my private group to get updated several times a day, a lot of times a day, about the last wave development, because this is the most, even if I say it's a bearish count, it's the most optimistic bearish count. If what I'm going to show you now on the smaller time frame does not hold, then a much more bearish count will take its place. And you should be aware of that. As soon as Elliott wave goes bearish, you should be aware that we are bearish now and looking for lower prices. Right now, we're still looking for higher prices, because that might be the end, and we could start wave 3. But price must cooperate, and we must go higher. And for now, I'm not seeing it. Anyways, let's take a look at the smaller time frame. So here you have the B wave, which is, as you can, let's go back. Here is the B wave top, and that is our B wave here. And once that happened, we had wave 1 down, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, wave 4 is entering the price territory of wave 1. So there's an overlap between wave 4 and wave 1. And when that happens, you have an diagonal. So here we have a diagonal, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with wave 1 being extended. And by that, I mean that you can clearly see the 5 waves in wave 1. Here, wave 4 also was a triangle. And now, since it is a diagonal and we have 5 waves, and the third wave from here to here cannot be the shortest wave. So if wave 5 goes below that level, it will be the shortest wave, since at this level, wave 3 equals wave 5. And that's the most we can retrace in order to keep that count alive, that diagonal count alive. So we cannot go below 45,073. If you go below 45,073, then that diagonal count is not correct, and I will switch to a more bearish count, a much more bearish count. So you should be aware of that. Now, the optimistic case is that the diagonal count is correct and that we don't go lower, that this was wave 5 of C of 2, and that from here we go higher. In that case, our first objective is to go above the trend line of the diagonal, wave 2, 4. That trend line is the first objective for the pulse to go through. And the second objective will be to go above wave 4 at 48,004. So if you can manage that, it would give a little hope that this is effectively the bottom of wave 2, and that the correction is now over, and that we start wave 3 up. So this would be that's the best case scenarios, the most optimistic case scenario. For now, it can happen, but we need to see bullish price action following. The bulls have to step in and must take price higher. And since it's a third wave, it should be quite sharp, transient. It should be a dramatic price increase. If instead of that, price falls again, and we go below the 45,073, then I will switch to a much more bearish count. And you should know that as soon as that happens. And the only way for you to know that is to be a member of my private Telegram group. Anyways, if you are a trader or an investor, if the crypto market matters to you, then this is really important. This is really important stuff you should know. And the service is great. You get it on the best social media app, which is Telegram. It's the most advanced app. And you can consultate it a couple of times a day. Every time I update it, you can even make sure that your phone rings if you want on every single of my updates. So it's just a great service. You get it sometimes 24 hours a day. It depends on how much I sleep. There are periods I only sleep 3 hours, less than 3 hours. And there are periods where I sleep more. Right now, I'm again in a period where I sleep more, but that switches all the time for me. So it really happens. When I'm in a period where I sleep less, then I look more at the charts. When I'm in a period where I sleep more, of course, you won't get an update while I'm sleeping. But it's a great service, and for extremely competitive price, and you should be a member of my private Telegram group. I personally would be the first guy asking to be a member if I would not be the one who is providing, who is creating the wave analysis. If I could concentrate it, I certainly would be a member of it. So I think it's really important information. If you're a trader, even if you use a different system, it still corroborates. For example, I like to use Ichimoku, not that much, but I like to concentrate Ichimoku. But let's say I was an Ichimoku trader, then still I always need to know if I should be more bullish or bearish. And Elliott wave gives you an answer to that. It tells you if you should be looking for a higher price or lower price. Right now, it tells you to look for higher prices. But as I told you, if the key level that I gave you breaks, then you must be looking for lower prices. So when you're a trader, it's a perfect service. And if you're an investor, then you want to know what your investment is doing. And you should also be a member of my private Telegram group. So join my free Telegram group and let me know if you want to be a member of my private Telegram group. Of course, you don't have to, but I highly recommend it because I think it's a great service. Maybe tomorrow I'll make an update on some altcoins and we move on with altcoins. From time to time, I'll take a look at Bitcoin, but not too frequently. Also because I have private clients, and if I'm all day on YouTube talking about the wave count, and then my private clients will complain. So, so I will, now that I have talked about Bitcoin for the start of the year, I will again talk about altcoins, and then in a couple of weeks, I will talk again about Bitcoin. Thanks for watching, and see you maybe tomorrow for altcoin day trading YouTube intervention. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.